Welcome back. Well, after yesterday's video and the feedback that followed about ads and how this whole ad thing on Google works, I took a look at my Google account and the personalized ad section. Whoa, very interesting. So when we come back, we're going to talk about that. Well, what an eye-opener that was. Now, if you would like to look at your Google profile, there are a lot of ways you can do it. Probably the easiest way is to just go into a search engine, any search engine. My suggestion would be Google, and just pull up Google and take a look at your account. And it will, you just click on Google and then it will say my account and you sign into your account. You probably have a Google account already. If you spend much time on YouTube, you've got a Google account. There are so many internet services that are requiring this. So in all likelihood, you already have this account. If you don't, then I guess you're one of the lucky few who are not being cyber-tracked by them. But certainly, if you do, they got your number. So I went in, and you go into your account, and it'll say all kinds of things. Mine said ad personalization was on, and that is true. I've told them that they can personalize ads. So when I go on YouTube, Google can give me the ads I like and not terrorize me with cancer babies, which really has to stop. So I was hopeful that if they had a more accurate picture of who I am, they would tailor ads to me and my needs that might be more interesting. Yeah, I'm certainly going to get some adult diaper ads. I get that. But at least I'm not going to get spring break at Daytona Beach ads. Well, actually, maybe I'd like that. But I have a list. This is a partial list of some of the information that was in my Google ad personalization. And there are about half a dozen items in here that describe me rather than say, you like this or that. Most of them are you like this or that, but about a half a dozen of them are descriptors. Very different. So let's get into this. And we're going to start off with two descriptors. One, they know I'm over 45. It's fine. I don't make a secret of it. They know I'm female. Again, fine. I don't make a secret of it. But I'm not sure I'm getting women's ads. The last time I mentioned I was getting ads for men's shower shampoo, something like that, some sort of men's hygiene product. And come to think of it, I actually get a lot of ads for men's hygiene products, and that does make it makes me wonder, do they really believe I am female? Or perhaps you know what, down here they say they think I'm married. So maybe they think I'm shopping for a husband. I don't know. Interesting. So we're going to go on to what they think I am interested in. Accounting and financial software. Really? No. Thank you. I have very good basic math skills, and I'm not off to make any career changes. I do not wish to become a bookkeeper. Animated films. Again, no. That struck me as a little odd, seeing as they've already figured I am a woman over 45. Animated films just strike me as more the province of, male or female, but under 8. So that was unusual. Business news. No particular interest in that. Celebrity and entertainment news. Now, this is embarrassing, but we're all friends here, so I'm going to tell you the truth. Ever since I have been on lockdown, I have been on YouTube pulling up all kinds of weird stuff, and it started off, I don't even know how it started off, but I get this list of videos they think are going to be interesting to me, and it runs right down the right side of the screen whenever I pull up a video. And because I was very much interested in pulling up some videos about Tudor England, I started getting videos about the royal family in general. They're not Tudors, they're like Windsors now, but still. And from there, I started getting videos about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And I've watched some of them. That's me, bad, guilty, eek. Now, I just want you to know that 20 years ago, I would have cut my wrists before I would have admitted something like this. But lockdown's making me crazy. It really is. That I have no idea even that these are not people that are interesting to me in any way. But it's just there. And after a while, you just, it's like your hunger for something, anything besides your 4 walls, and you say, oh yeah, that looks good. I don't even know. And then when I'm through with it, it's like, well, what are Harry and Meghan thinking of? And I start talking about them, well, to Audie, of course, so it's staying within the family, but I'm talking about them like I know them, like maybe I'm talking about Don and Jane across the street. Well, Don and Jane did this and that, and I'm looking at Audie, well, Harry and Meghan did. This is having an effect on me, and I think my brain is starting to turn to mush. So, unfortunately, celebrity news and entertainment, I think they got my number there, even though it embarrasses me to admit it. Coffee and tea. I'm not especially interested in coffee and tea, but right now I won't pull that off my list because most of the Starbucks are closed. So I guess I'm hoping that they will show me a coffee commercial so I can live vicariously. But fortunately, as you all know, there is a grocery store right across from my physical therapist, and they have a Starbucks in the grocery store. So even though paratransit will not take me grocery shopping, they'll take me to physical therapy, I can walk across the street, get my coffee, and walk back. And given the fact that my physical therapist is probably going to stick me on a treadmill anyway, who cares if I end up doing a little extra walking, right? At least I got my coffee. But coffee and tea stay on the list until I can be assured of a regular supply of Starbucks no matter where I go. Fashion and style. Seriously? Oh, good heavens. No. I usually look like my mother's closet fell on me, My sense of style pretty much hasn't changed since 1961. So, no, that is not my thing. The next one, though, flowers. Yes. That's just unfortunate. At my age, there are a lot of deaths in the families of a lot of people I know. So, yes, flowers go out all the time. Somebody's sister died, somebody's mother died, whatever. By the way, nothing to do with pandemic. It's just an age thing. When you go into your 60s, your friends' parents are in their 80s and 90s, and, they're not with us for much longer. So yes, I've noticed over the years that my flower budget goes up. It's probably increasing by about 10% per year. I even have some specific floral arrangements that I like to send to funerals. It took me a long time to pick these out. It's like, I'm going to send that one. I've got 3 or 4 on my list, and I have a particular online florist, and I can just sign into my account and just ping, 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 grab the ones that I know I like, send them off. Yeah, sign of the times, but they're right. Flowers are interesting to me. Food and grocery retailers. Again, once this whole lockdown is over, I will probably take that off my list. But seeing as my grocery shopping's been restricted, no, I would very much like to hang on to food and grocery retailers, at least for a little while longer. But they've also given me gourmet and specialty foods. That's nice. I'll leave that there. Greeting cards. No, I'm not interested in greeting cards. Greeting cards are the sort of things I go into a store that has a good greeting card selection. They used to have Hallmark stores. I haven't seen one of those in a long time, but it was specifically a greeting card store. You could go in there and get all kinds of greeting cards. And when I was a kid, there was a pharmacy in our area that had an incredible selection of greeting cards, including a very extensive selection of foreign language greeting cards. If you wanted to get somebody a greeting card that says Happy Mother's Day in Polish, that's where you would go. All kinds of things. And I love that because I'm from a generation where a lot of my friends' parents and grandparents were immigrants. That's just a function of when I was born. It was grandparents mostly. But it was so nice to be able to turn up with a card in Greek for somebody's grandfather's birthday. You know, it never hurts to suck up to your friends' grandparents. They could come in handy someday. But I'm no longer interested in greeting cards. They no longer have the selection I'm used to from my childhood. I think people send e-cards now. But that's on my list. And I'm probably going to leave it there for a while. Again, not really sure why. Home and interior decor, and the next one down, its close friend, home furnishings. Yes, that is something that interests me, not in terms of what's going on for ads. That I don't find the home decor I have in, all right, I'll show you. It's right here. The bookcase behind me, that's 1880s. Moving over this way, that gold and maroon piece, that is a Chinese window screen. That is hundreds of years old. That's a serious antique piece. We've got the lamp next to that. That was the piece Jocelyn found at Salvation Army for $5. And yeah, I had fun redoing that. Behind me is the mid-century modern chair. You can see the sweetheart pillow on it from World War II. The painting above the chair, actually that's a pastel, Boston Public Gardens. That was early 1970s, I'm thinking. I'm not getting my stuff from home furnishing stores. That's not where they come from. I just don't have, well, that 1970s painting is one of the newest things I own. So, but it does interest me, so I'm going to leave it there. Home ownership status. That was another one of those bits of informational nuggets that they have about me, like my age and my sex. So they know I am a homeowner. Okay, interesting. Don't know how they know that. The next one just stunned me. Jazz. I like all kinds of music. I like, seriously, I like, I love Buddy Holly. Um, Hank Williams was a genius. The man just was brilliant. Um, Johnny Cash, Led Zeppelin, um, Oingo Boingo, Mott the Hoople. I'm just, oh, the late great David Bowie. I love music. Um, I can listen to almost anything, but not jazz. I do not like jazz. They say jazz has an intellectual appeal. Not to me. Hildegard von Bingen. I do like Hildegard von Bingen quite a lot. Not jazz. No idea how jazz got on my list. I scurried in and took that off very quickly. Married. That's another one of their little identifiers. Married. I'm not sure who they think I'm married to, but they think I'm married to someone. Motorsports. Moving and relocation. I wouldn't have even thought that was a thing unless that was your business. And why would people be interested in moving and relocation? You know, they say that most people fear moving more than they fear death. That they find it, you know, it's more disruptive than death in the family. I don't even know what to say about that one. That is just odd. News. News is another one. And I'm remarkably disinterested in news. People have to track me down because I don't have a television. People have to track me down and say, guess what happened? Most of my friends know that I have no idea what's going on in the world. And they'll just say, you know, guess what happened? It's like, what year? You know, I don't know. Dogs. Dogs got on the list. Romance films. That's not quite up there with jazz, but it's pretty high up on the list of things I'm not interested in. Shopping. Oh yeah, I miss shopping. TV comedies, followed immediately by TV dramas. And I don't watch TV, so I'm not sure where they're getting this from. Urban transit. Oh yes, I'm very much interested in urban transit. In fact, I would have to say that I have rather an unusually high degree of interest in urban transit, especially since I'm not in an urban area, but I pay a great deal of attention to the public transportation in surrounding areas so that I know about the public transportation in Harrisburg, and I know how to get from Harrisburg to other places with good public transportation. Oh yeah, I do know a lot about that. It's an odd subject, but boy, they hit that one on the head. Action adventure films. Oh yes. Yes. Sadly, I have the same taste in movies as your average 10-year-old boy. Really, I want Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want a big gun. I want an alien. I want body parts. Seriously, I love action adventure movies because I look at movies as escapists. So I want something that's not happening in my daily life. And fortunately, in my daily life, there are no aliens, there are no big guns, there are no body parts strewn around the house, you know, fortunately. Barbecues and grills. Not at all sure where that came from. Books and literature. Okay. I have to say that's accurate, but that's such an easy call. I'm not giving them any points for that. Camera and photography equipment. Well, my first thought when I saw that was, good heavens, no, that's of no interest to me. But then I realized, well, I'm filming right now. I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm doing this on a camera that I use. It's plugged directly into my laptop. If I go out, I have 2 cameras I take with me. Both of them take video. So actually, I am kind of interested in this, but I didn't realize it until I was confronted with it. Classical music. Well, everybody likes classical music, I should think. Well, again, Hildegard von Bingen, I prefer Gregorian chants, so and I don't think they have that category in there, so maybe I'm just going to have to stick with this. Yes, baby, I heard you. The next one was cricket. My first thought was Jiminy. No, they mean cricket, which is a British game that is apparently a little like baseball, but not enough like baseball to be, really interesting here. Baseball. No, it's not. Apparently it's a little like baseball, but not a great deal like baseball, and they don't have the Red Sox, and so really, many, many years ago, when I was in college, I watched a film on a Trobriand Island cricket. One of my minors was cultural anthropology, and the Trobriand Islanders have a whole ritual built around playing cricket. Not winning cricket because the home team always wins. That's one of the rules. But it's all about how well you dance before the game and after the game and who was the most gracious. So they have like an entire social order built around cricket. In that sense, cricket is very interesting to me. But in terms of a game, oh no, Red Sox. That's it. It's baseball and only the Red Sox. Anybody else, and I'm just not interested. So it's a Boston thing. Education. They determined I had a bachelor's degree. Okay. Yes, I do, but is that the best you can do? Is that it? Is that all you could come up with? So, household income, high. Now that's where it started, but then I started deleting things from my ad profiles. And as I started deleting things, I guess I started deleting things that they associate with high levels of income, like tractor pulls. I swear that was the kind of thing I was eliminating because they dropped me from high to upper middle. So I'm not sure. I have to go back and see. I guess I just have lowbrow preferences. What can I say? They said that I was interested in politics. And of all the things I can think of that I am not interested in, politics probably tops the list. No interest. It's up there with jazz. It's like, yeah, I recognize that some people like it, but I'm not one of them. And I usually don't even know who is in the White House until a week after they're sworn in. And that's only because somebody flags me down and tells me, it's like, oh yes, Sue doesn't have a TV set. Let's tell her who won the election. Then we had pets and rock music. And I thought, fair enough, who doesn't like pets? And as I said, I do like rock music. So that was my interesting, that's not even a complete list. There were 75 items in there. And I was deleting some of them as I was copying them down. And it was just, so my hope is that now that I've pared down that list a little bit, we're going to be able to move forward, and I'll get ads that are better suited to me and my preferences. This is the only way I can think of to do it. They need to put history on the list, and that way I'll get some more interesting ads, or at least, those little videos coming down the right-hand side of my computer screen when I'm looking at YouTube. At least they'll give me some history and I won't be just flooded with Harry and Meghan news, because that's just, oh, that's sad. So go check, see what they say about you. And you can tell them to stop personalizing ads. You can delete any of these categories that you don't like or that you feel are inaccurate. Like I say, I'm leaving a few on until we get into the post-pandemic period, because right now I'm very much interested in looking at coffee, even though it's getting harder and harder for me to get a cup. But looking at it will pacify me. So, how about some word origins? I took a look at some of these and I thought we would do some travel related words. And that's mostly because they just seemed really interesting. Arrive. All ashore. In an early sense, still listed in our modern dictionaries as obsolete, arrive means to come to shore. In olden days, travel was dangerous, and of all travel, the most hazardous was by sea. All right, I'm just going to interject one. Travel, we get it from French, travail. They get it from Latin, and it means work. So, just so you know, yes, travel was considered great hardship. So when a person set their foot on shore, they felt safe. This history is contained in the word arrive, which came to us through the French arriver, from the Latin ad, to, and ripa, shore. So much of past history is locked up in words. For instance, we still sail on a steamer, which is powered by a diesel engine and has neither steam nor sail. 1950, nobody's sailing on a steamer anymore. We are flying on the airplane now. Blizzard, flash of lightning. In the early part of the last century, blizzard had the meaning of a blow, a loud noise or blast, and its possible relative, blizzard, B-L-I-Z-Z-E-R, was a dialectical word which meant a flash of lightning. The meaning of blizzard as we know it was born about 1880, when the North suffered from a blasting winter. The New York Nation said in 1881, no, actually the New York Nation did not said in 1881, they wrote in 1881. Reading books like this makes me a real nasty grammar picker. Anyway, New York Nation said in 1881, the hard weather has called into use a word which promises to become a national Americanism, namely blizzard. It designates a storm of snow and wind which we cannot resist away from shelter. Now, an official blizzard must have winds of 40 miles per hour and up, and a temperature close to zero, and an abundance of fine swirling snow. I don't really think that's the case anymore. All right, since we've just done blizzard, let's go over here to climate. And then we'll just pack it away on this one. Climate slopes away. When we look out over the ocean at ships that disappear below the hill, it would be so easy to believe that the earth actually sloped away in the direction of our sight. For this same reason, the Greeks thought that it was downhill. They spoke of this apparent declivity as clima, climatis, a slope, which came to us through the Latin clima, climatis, as climate. The Greeks believed that this slope or descent affected the weather and temperature, and on this basis the earliest geographers worked out 7 different climates for the world, which were presided over by 7 planets. That is something I think I'm going to do a little more research on, just exactly what the ancient Greeks thought about climate. Okay, very quickly, we have 2 winners. Linda Fiore is the winner of this necklace. And this is one of Randy's pieces. And, because I can't wear 2 at the same time, this is Teri Smith is the winner of this one. And I'll put up pictures. And Teri Smith is T-E-R-I, by the way. So I'm assuming that is pronounced Terry. So Linda Fiore, Teri Smith. And please do be quick in responding. I will post your names, but I got another one coming up. All right, do you remember this? This is, here, let's get it over here. There we go. See, this is Karen Hopper's customized picture frame, and we have a mosaic in red and burgundy on white, little heart-shaped frame, and all this beautiful jewelry that's been applied to it. The frame, by the way, holds a picture of about 4 by 4. So, interested in this? Just say, thank you, Karen, and Audie will pick a winner. Okay, thank you so much for being with me again. Tomorrow, we're here. We are going to clean this filthy little baby, and well, this is a very scruffy little doll. As you can see, it's quite dirty. It's a bitty baby, and we're going to work on how to clean it. Not just the head, which is plastic, but the body as well. And I'm going to show you a couple of tricks for these sleep eyes, because sleep eyes, boy, there are things you can do with those. All right, and that's going to be our project for tomorrow, a doll cleaning. So we will see you then. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe, stay sane, stay away from the Harry and Meghan videos. They will rot your mind. See you tomorrow.